In the tense and ever-escalating conflict between Iran and Israel, a new name has been forced into the global lexicon: the Sejjil missile. For years, this weapon existed largely in theory, paraded during military demonstrations and analyzed by defense experts from afar. But in mid-June 2025, that changed dramatically. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, unleashed these missiles in a direct, large-scale barrage against Israeli cities. Suddenly, the theoretical threat became terrifyingly real, with sirens wailing across Tel Aviv, Ramat Gan, and Beersheba. The attacks marked a significant escalation, the first confirmed operational use of a weapon system Iran has long touted as a cornerstone of its strategic deterrent against its regional adversaries. The world is now asking urgent questions about the Sejjil. What exactly is this missile? How powerful is it? And what makes it different from the hundreds of other projectiles in Iran's vast arsenal? The recent attacks, which involved a complex wave of drones and other ballistic missiles, have provided some grim answers. Israeli officials reported that dozens of missiles and drones penetrated their airspace, causing significant damage and, tragically, at least 147 casualties. A direct hit was even confirmed on the Soroka Medical Center in Beersheba. This event has moved the Sejjil missile from the pages of intelligence reports directly onto the front lines of a dangerously expanding war. The discussion surrounding the Sejjil is now amplified by Iran's own bold and often inflammatory rhetoric. Tehran has claimed the missile possesses hypersonic capabilities, a term that evokes images of unstoppable next-generation weaponry. Following the strikes, Iranian officials declared that the gates of hell were now open on Israel, signaling their intent to continue using their most advanced systems. This aggressive posturing is designed to create a powerful psychological effect, projecting an image of overwhelming military strength. Understanding the Sejjil is therefore not just a technical exercise. It is crucial for grasping the current strategic balance and the potential for future, even more devastating confrontations in the Middle East. This missile represents more than just a military asset for Iran. It is a symbol of national pride and technological achievement in the face of international sanctions and isolation. The IRGC's decision to finally deploy it operationally was a calculated message to Israel and its allies, including the United States. It was a demonstration that Iran's threats are not empty and that it possesses the means to inflict painful damage from hundreds of miles away. As the dust settles from this first wave of attacks, both sides are reassessing their strategies. For Israel, the challenge is clear. Can its world-renowned defenses hold against a determined and increasingly capable foe? For the world, the question is how to de-escalate a conflict that now features such powerful and destructive weapons. To understand the threat posed by the Sejjil, we must first look at its technical specifications. The Sejjil is a two-stage, solid-fueled medium-range ballistic missile, or MRBM. This design is significant for several key reasons. First, its solid propellant engine means it can be stored fully fueled and ready for launch on short notice. Unlike liquid-fueled missiles, which require a lengthy and dangerous fueling process, the Sejjil can be deployed quickly from mobile launch platforms. This mobility makes the launchers incredibly difficult for Israeli intelligence to track and destroy in a preemptive strike, giving Iran a more survivable and responsive second strike capability that complicates any military planning against it. The missile's performance figures are what truly command attention. It boasts an operational range of between 2,000 and 2,500 kilometers, placing all of Israel, as well as United States bases in the region, well within its reach from launch sites deep inside Iranian territory. Iran claims the Sejjil can reach a terminal velocity of Mach 12 to Mach 14 upon re-entering the atmosphere. This translates to an astonishing speed of over 9,000 miles per hour. At that velocity, the flight time from Iran to Tel Aviv is reduced to a terrifyingly short window, estimated to be under 7 minutes. This leaves very little time for detection, tracking, and interception, putting immense pressure on any defensive system. However, it is crucial to clarify the term hypersonic, which Iran frequently uses to describe the Sejjil. While the missile does travel at hypersonic speeds, anything above Mach 5, it is not a true hypersonic maneuverable weapon. The Sejjil follows a high, arching, and largely predictable ballistic trajectory. True hypersonic weapons, like the glide vehicles being developed by the United States, Russia, and China, are defined by their ability to maneuver unpredictably within the atmosphere during flight. This makes them exceptionally difficult to intercept. The Sejjil, by contrast, lacks this advanced maneuvering capability, making its flight path much easier for defense systems to calculate and engage. Iran's use of the hypersonic label is therefore seen by most Western analysts as a form of propaganda. It is a deliberate choice of words designed to create psychological pressure and project a level of technological sophistication that Iran has not yet fully achieved with this particular system. While Iran is known to be developing true maneuverable systems like its Fatah missile, the Sejjil is better understood as a very fast, solid-fueled, and highly capable ballistic missile. Its primary advantages are its speed, range, and rapid launch capability, not its in-flight agility. This distinction is vital, as it frames the Sejjil as a formidable but ultimately conventional ballistic threat, one that modern air defenses are specifically designed to counter. Faced with threats like the Sejjil, Israel has not been idle. Over decades, it has invested billions of dollars to construct one of the most sophisticated and comprehensive multi-layered missile defense systems in the world. This architecture is not a single shield but a series of interconnected systems, each designed to intercept different types of threats at various altitudes and ranges. The system is built on the principle of defense in depth, ensuring that if one layer fails to intercept a target, another layer gets a chance. This network was put to the ultimate test during the mid-June 2025 barrage, and its performance is central to assessing the true danger of Iran's arsenal. The outermost layer of this defense is the Arrow 3 system, co-developed with the United States. The Arrow 3 is an exo-atmospheric interceptor, meaning it is designed to destroy incoming ballistic missiles in space, long before they begin their descent toward their targets. This is the first and best opportunity to neutralize a threat like the Sejjil. Should a missile penetrate this outer shield, the next layer is the Arrow 2, which engages targets in the upper atmosphere. Both Arrow systems are specifically designed to counter medium-range ballistic missiles traveling at hypersonic speeds upon re-entry, making them the primary tools for defeating the Sejjil. Below the Arrow systems is David's Sling, which handles shorter-range ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and large rockets. Finally, the most famous layer is the Iron Dome, which is highly effective against short-range rockets, artillery shells, and drones. While Iron Dome is not designed to stop a missile like the Sejjil, it plays a critical role in intercepting the swarms of smaller projectiles and drones that Iran often launches alongside its larger missiles to saturate and overwhelm Israeli defenses. During the recent attacks, Israel claimed an overall interception rate of over 90 to 95%. A testament to how these layers work in concert to protect the nation's population centers. Despite this high success rate, the June 2025 attacks demonstrated that no defense is perfect. A barrage involving hundreds of projectiles is incredibly difficult to counter entirely, and some missiles did get through, causing casualties and damage. This highlights the reality that even a technologically superior defense can be challenged by sheer volume. Israel is already working on next-generation interceptors like the Rafael Sky Sonic, specifically designed to counter future maneuverable hypersonic threats. The battle is a constant cat-and-mouse game of technological one-upmanship. Israel's defense is robust and effective, but the recent strikes prove that Iran's offensive capabilities are potent enough to pose a persistent and deadly threat. So, should Israel be afraid of the Sejjil missile? The answer is nuanced. On one hand, dismissing it as mere hype would be a grave mistake. The Sejjil is a formidable weapon. Its solid fuel propulsion, mobile launch capability, significant payload, and sheer speed make it a credible and dangerous strategic threat. The flight time of under 7 minutes to Tel Aviv creates an incredibly compressed timeline for response, placing immense strain on both technology and human decision-makers. The recent attacks, which resulted in Israeli casualties and damage to critical infrastructure, have proven beyond any doubt that the Sejjil is a real and present danger, not just a showpiece for military parades. However, the Sejjil missile is not the game-changing superweapon that Iranian propaganda purports it to be. Its lack of advanced in-flight maneuverability means it follows a predictable ballistic path, making it precisely the kind of threat that Israel's Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 defense systems were engineered to defeat. While no defense is impenetrable, especially against a large-scale saturation attack, Israel's multi-layered shield has demonstrated a very high rate of success. The fact that the vast majority of missiles in the recent barrage were intercepted shows that Israel possesses the tools to mitigate the threat effectively, even if some projectiles inevitably get through. Ultimately, the Sejjil's greatest impact may be psychological and political. By using it, Iran has crossed a significant threshold, demonstrating a willingness to strike Israeli cities directly with its most powerful conventional missiles. This act of aggression forces a strategic recalculation in Jerusalem and Washington, escalating the conflict to a new and more perilous phase. Iran's hypersonic claims, though technically imprecise, serve to amplify fear and project an image of unstoppable power, which in itself is a potent weapon in modern warfare. The goal is to instill doubt and terror, influencing political will as much as creating physical destruction on the ground. In conclusion, the Sejjil missile represents a serious evolution in Iran's offensive capabilities and poses a legitimate threat to Israeli security. It is fast, powerful, and difficult to stop preemptively. Israel should and does take this threat with the utmost seriousness. Yet it is not an insurmountable challenge. Israel's sophisticated and layered defense systems are well equipped to handle this type of weapon, and the country has proven its resilience. The danger of the Sejjil lies not in its ability to single-handedly defeat Israel, but in its role as a powerful tool of coercion and escalation in a conflict that is spiraling ever closer to an all-out regional war.